Ty, what was it that got you so open, especially early on in that 11-0 spurt when you were able to knock down those threes?
It was really just my teammates getting to the paint and being aware that, I'm ready to shoot whenever they kick it out. So we were just getting into the paint with the plays we were calling, and I was just ready for it.
Second row.
How much of what you guys got you clicking on offense in the first half was a carryover from what you did well against Miami last Friday?
I think we did all right against Miami, but we didn't feel like we played our best. We could have played way better, and that's what we focused on today. Playing our absolute best, not really dependent on the opponent, just worried about ourselves. And I think we was clicking very well for a good bit of the game.
Aaron McFarling with the Roanoke Times. Ty, you get that award right before you take the floor. Your thoughts on getting that award and what it means to you?
I've been through a lot. I'm glad they gave me an award for it, but I wasn't doing it for an award, obviously. But I've been through a lot. I always had my team, my family, my friends supporting me, and just to be recognized for it, all the stuff I've been through, just it was a compliment.
Wow.
KJ, Ty was talking about the way your play inside and Nikhil driving opened things up for them. When they started hitting those threes, did things become a little easier for you to operate in the paint?
I think that we tried to attack early in transition. That helped each of us. When you have teammates like ours, it makes the game a lot easier from the start, like whether we're hitting or not, because everybody's a threat. We know that if somebody's hot, that's the person that we're going to find. We know that each person is going to make the right basketball play for our team, whether that be taking their own shot, finding somebody else, setting a screen, anything like that. So it's just great to have teammates like that.
Middle of the room.
Coach, you're about to have your fourth game in 1 week, and you're playing two opponents that you've already two rematches. So just how do you feel about the matchup against Florida State tomorrow afternoon?
It's strange, right? We're living last week in reverse this week. It's never happened. I agree with what Ty said. I think we were better today than we were on Friday. Obviously, neutral site, new place. But it's never happened, so it's hard for me to have evidence on what to say. But obviously we didn't do very well in the second half at Florida State, so thankful that we have another chance.
To our left.
KJ, they cut it to 7 in the second half. Then you score 7 in a row. You get a dunk. You get a 3. What were you able to do kind of that stretch to kind of gain the separation again?
I really didn't even know that I scored that much in a row. Just in the Florida game, we just found good looks. I thought that the intensity on defense led to that run that they made. So I think we picked it up there. Then we were able to score and transition at the rim, then finding each other on open shots. And I think it started with defense on that run.
On the aisle.
For both the players, if you guys could just speak to what did you learn from the first Florida State experience, and what are your thoughts kind of going into that matchup?
Ty.
They're a very hard-playing team, and they won't back down. It's never over when you're playing against them until the last second goes off the clock. But they have talent. They won't quit on you. So that's what we have to take from the last game. I think we kind of relaxed, even though we tried not to. Relax a little bit too much and let them get back in it. So we just got to respect them the whole game and not let up.
Oh, you were done?
No, I'm done.
It's going to be a 40-minute dogfight. They're a very talented, capable team. I think that we are as well. I think it was a good matchup. It was a tale of two halves. And if we keep the intensity that we had, similar to the first half, for a whole 40 minutes, I think that it puts us in a really good position to win at a neutral site.
Front row.
Guys, what did you like about your defense today in terms of maybe making it a tough shooting day for them? And, you've beaten Miami 3 times now. Why is this a pretty good matchup for you guys?
Our whole defense is predicated on making guys shoot threes and just having our hand up. They're very capable shooters. Of course, we did well of contesting, but we just game plan better. Like you said, it's our 3rd time playing them. We know exactly what to expect. We're a disciplined team. We have great coaches to tell us exactly what to look for, so we just execute it.
I think this year, more than any other year that I've been here, we've carried out a specific defensive identity, and I think we've gotten better at that each and every game. What we do defensively is pretty much the same every game. Like, we put different players on the floor for the other team, obviously, but how we want teams to score and how we want to guard teams is the same. So I think that helps each person grow each and every game.
Second row.
Buzz, Coach Larinaga was in here earlier, and he said, did Outlaw even dribble the ball once today? And, of course, he did on a fast break dunk. But, I mean, is an ideal situation where he rarely has to dribble because the passing is so crisp and he's so open?
I would say he would answer that yes. If he has space and he has 10 toes to the rim, I think he's an elite level shooter. The key is for him to get space, but that space normally doesn't come from him. It comes from penetration by someone else and forcing help. And so I think that was the first dunk of his career off a steal at Virginia Tech.
Florida State, my first year playing at Tech. Same thing, a steal. But it's my second one.
Two.
It's my
Sorry,
second.
I didn't remember.
Middle of the room.
Coach, when Ty had to go to the locker room, Isaiah came in and scored 7. I think he's back-to-back games now with double figures. This is a guy who came very late in the summer, like you've said earlier in the season. What have you seen from his growth to just have this great performance today in the ACC tournament?
It's the only player in my career that never attended summer school that played the next year. And obviously, upon arrival, we weren't worried about summer school because we did not anticipate that he was going to play this year. And I think the trajectory of the importance to what he gives us is unlike any player that I've seen at his age. I think he's the second youngest player in Division I. And so his maturity in handling those responsibilities, and sometimes because he's old and Kay's old and Five's old, Med's old, sometimes I think our language is so much that I do a poor job of maybe educating Chico on, I'm sorry, I assumed you knew what that was. And so that requires a very high IQ for him to even pick up and translate what it is that we're saying. But he's meant a great deal to us, and I think maybe most importantly, his energy off the bench has really changed us on both ends.
Third row.
Yeah, KJ, Florida State poses such a physical, they're one of the biggest teams in the league. What kind of a situation does that pose for you guys where all your front court players will be playing against taller players?
I think they're probably like one of the biggest teams in the country, but I think that's an advantage that every team's going to have on us, essentially. I think all the front court players are going to be bigger, and it's a fight that we've been preparing for each and every game. So no different than any other game. We're going to watch film on them, figure out how we're going to attack the glass, figure out how we're going to stop the penetration, and simple as that, I think.
Buzz, what do you need to bottle from the first half in Tallahassee in the rematch, and what do you need to do better than you did in the second half in Tallahassee?
Yeah, similar to what Kay just said, I think some of that played itself out in today's game other than the third ATO. When we don't get in rotation, that means we're able to keep the ball high on the floor. That means that we're in the appropriate gaps. That means we at least have inside position to rebound. And potentially it means that the shot that the opponent takes is contested. Where we struggle is when the front line gaps are not doing their job, which forces us into rotation. It's typically these two guys. And so now if they're considered big, now our biggest guys are way out on the floor. And so the shot's probably not contested to the degree we want it, and we're at a disadvantage on the offensive glass. In the first half at Florida State, we were able to keep the ball high on the floor and not get in rotation. In the second half, we did a poor job of that, and their pressure really bothered us offensively the first 8 or 9 minutes of the second half.